Today on Echo Productions we take a look at color grading. And is it necessary? Filmmaking is the art of visual storytelling through the use of many different things. Cameras, lighting, camera angles, color grading, and a whole lot more. This could be an entire series of videos, but today we're going to be focusing on just one of these aspects, color grading. The point of a film is to tell a story, to get a point across, and in the end to make your audience feel something. Unless you're Spielberg, people don't watch your film for your fancy camera movements or your amazing lighting. Sure, these are great and can help, but people are there for your story. If you watch a movie trailer, do you see them advertising their camera movements? Or their lighting? Or even their awesome VFX? Okay, yeah, you might sometimes see them do that. They advertise the story, which they help along with these other aspects. Now all of these could be a series of videos on how to do these things to affect the tone of your film. And we will be getting more into that next week, but today we are going to be talking about color grading. I'm going to show you a grade comparison so you can see what I mean when I talk about this over the rest of the video. So you can see that color grading really does add a lot to the look and feel of a scene. The first shot was really just color corrected, but without it, it still looked plain and boring. So I would definitely suggest at least correcting. Now on to grading. Color grading is, like a lot of things in filmmaking, a stylistic choice. But there are a few things that tend to give certain different feelings. In general, I always like to at least turn the brightness down a bit, add a little contrast, and turn up the saturation just a bit. And if I get any color that seems too saturated, then I'll go into the color controls and turn that one down just a little bit. Here's a comparison of ungraded flat video and graded cinematic looking video. If you do those things, your footage will instantly look a lot more cinematic. If you grade warmer, your shot will acquire a more cinematic golden hour look, like I graded the train footage. This type of grade tends to work better for romance films, some dramas, or scenes where a character is drunk or going insane. Like I said, there are a few kinds of grades that tend to help achieve certain feelings. But color grading is a stylistic choice. If you grade your footage cooler, it feels more dramatic and can even make your snowy or cold videos feel actually cold. If I take this shot of someone walking down the street dressed warm and grade it cooler, it would appear cold. Now take this shot of someone running down the road in the evening. Now watch as I switch the grade warmer and the shot suddenly looks like dawn. A good example of how grading can affect not just the mood of the film, but the feel and when we think it's actually shot, like what time of day. These are just a few basic rules for color grading. I say rules loosely, however, because these are really useful to know, but as soon as you know them, you can break them for certain stylistic choices. But always make sure your grade helps tell your story. Don't do it because it looks cool or it makes you feel professional. Do it because it helps tell the story you are trying to convey. But again, we'll get more into this next week when we look at the things that you can do to help affect the mood and tone of your film. So make sure to subscribe so you get notified when we finish that video. Now I know the title of this video says, is color grading necessary? And if you've watched this video, you should have a pretty good idea of the answer. And it is and it isn't. Color correction is always something I will do, and I think some grading will almost always help. But don't focus on it, focus on telling your story. If you can tell the story better with your grade, then definitely do it. But if it takes away from your story, then I would not grade. But that's all for today. Make sure to like and subscribe for more videos every Monday. Click here to subscribe.